According to Liz Kendall, of caring Liz Kendall, I only get half the payment and half the support I would have done had it happened to me yesterday.
We may have a new hero of politics. This hasn't happened in a while. The last one may have been Gary Stevenson, and that was back in 2023 or thereabouts. But when Leader of the House of Lords Angela Smith started parroting nonsense Labour Party lines about why cutting the disability benefit PIP, Personal Independence Payment, would be good for claimants, Daily Mirror columnist Susie Boniface, who herself has a disability, shone. She practically turned incandescent, in fact. People who can work and who are able to work should be supported to do so, said the Labour peer, who clearly hasn't read the memo reminding government politicians that PIP is an in-work benefit. It supports disabled people to gain employment and to keep their jobs. She referred to a £1 billion investment in work support programmes and support for the National Health Service. Having apparently not read the open letter from more than 40 social scientists, it explains that the added strain on the NHS and local services will cancel out any savings from benefit cuts, meaning the government will not save £4.5 billion by cutting PIP. It won't save any money at all. But she crossed the line when she described Work and Pensions Secretary Liz Kendall as being very caring about the support that will be offered to current PIP claimants. Ms Boniface's reaction deserves to be seen.
She's halving the amount of disability payment I would get tomorrow if I suddenly became disabled. I have a disability. I have epilepsy. It's extremely manageable and it doesn't affect my life and doesn't mean that I can't work. But tomorrow, through no fault of my own, I could wake up and have a severe problem and then have to find that I do need benefits.
And there would be other
support. Now, according to Liz Kendall, of caring Liz Kendall, I only get half the payment and half the support I would have done had it happened to me yesterday.
She continued.
I really think penalising the people who are disabled is the way to get them into work. That they are not working because they're willfully too disabled because they wish to do that.
There's two different categories.
Why not incentivise employers?
If you did not hear that because the Labour peer was trying to talk over her, Ms Boniface was pointing out that penalising people with disabilities is not the way to get them into work. Why not incentivise employers, she demanded, a very sharp point considering, as I said previously, PIP is intended to help people into work and to help them keep it. If they can work, the support should be there, was the response. Fellow panellist Lee Anderson, who supports cutting benefits, made a similar suggestion. The comments drew this response from Ms Boniface.
What do you think happens when someone with any kind of conditions, let's say epilepsy for the hell of it, goes to a boss and I'm sitting next to someone who doesn't have epilepsy and I would say, I'd like a job please. What's the boss going to do? Which one do we employ? The other one. It's always the other one. Yeah. Someone who has a chronic long-term condition, no matter how manageable it is considered less employable by every single employer in this country. I'm self-employed because I couldn't go and get a job with my skills and my disability tomorrow. It just wouldn't happen.
Her final point was excellent.
The reason they're talking about changing winter fuel is to provide cover for the cuts they want to make to benefit.
That was going to be my next point.
There is no way it has taken the government 10 months of solid, raged screaming from the voters about winter fuel payment to actually notice it. They have intended to back to U-turn on this for a very long time, and they've waited for the right opportunity.
The last part of her comment was a claim that Labour intended to U-turn on winter fuel payments for pensioners for a very long time and have been waiting for the right opportunity. This seems likely to me, especially as Labour has already saved the money from cutting winter fuel payments last year. As Angela Smith tried to tell us about the difficulties of hiring disabled people that need to be overcome, Ms Boniface came in again with a killing blow, referring to a trade deal with India that has made it cheaper for companies from that country who operate in the UK to bring their employees here to work.
It's really simple. You just make lower national insurance contributions for employers if they employ disabled people.
These are all good points and suggestions made by somebody who has skin in the game, having a disability herself. And for putting her head above the parapet on this, I think Susie Boniface can enjoy a bit of status as a hero of politics for a while. Don't you? I'm Mike Sivier from Vox Political. If you've enjoyed this, please like, comment and subscribe. Especially comment. I really want to hear your views about this. Buy me a coffee. For crying out loud, this is thirsty work talking on here all day and I am absolutely parched. So please follow the link that should be on the screen and you will see me, hopefully, in the next one.